Cincinnati, a 6'6 senior from Long Beach, California, number 33, Terry Nelson. At center for Cincinnati, a 6'10 senior from Monrovia, California, number 44, Corie Blount.
Let's talk about it. Hey, let's talk about it. Legends Unplugged, what's the deal? Speaking bluntly with C Blunt and T-Nail. We tell it how it is and all due respect. The UC connect them Bearcats, we rep, elevate, graduate, we the final two. Still at it like we did the final four back in 92. Let's talk about it. Legends Unplugged with T. Nelson and C Blunt. Yeah, let's talk about it.
At Cincinnati, they get after.
Welcome to Legends Unplugged, where we talk Cincinnati basketball with no filters, no excuses, no PR spin. If you're here for sugarcoating, you're in the wrong place. Today, we're breaking down what's going on with the program, the struggles, the identity crisis, and the path going forward. Let's talk about it.
Let's talk about it.
My man, I am Terry Nelson. I'm your host.
And I'm
all
Corie
the way
Blount.
in West Virginia. My man, Corie Blount over there with the original Bob Huggins. What's going on, fellas?
The legend. I had to go find him, man. You know, just had to come spend some time with one of my favorite people in the world, man, and had the privilege to be in his office. We're at home right now.
Here's the first question. How many of those damn books have you read? Is the question. Are they just props?
All but one.
One. The Winner Within. Okay, we got it.
All but one.
All but one. Oh, okay.
All but one.
Yeah. Open
So,
your
Corie,
open
you down
your
in West
eyes
Virginia.
and
What are you doing in
ears
West
a little
Virginia?
bit there.
Well, right now we finally completed the Bob Huggins documentary, which I've had the privilege to see. He hasn't seen it yet, so that's why I'm here. But man, it's phenomenal. I think the fans and the people are going to be excited to actually really get to see Huggs' entire story, his coaching pedigree, his athletic ability. I mean, I've learned so much about how good of a player he was, which it shocked me because I always used to tell him if he was playing with me, I would bust his butt. But after seeing this documentary, man, Huggs was a baller, man. You know, he had a couple 50-point games. He was a hell of a player at West Virginia. So, you know, I had to bag up off my talking trash about him because he was able to show me in this documentary he had some games. So,
you know,
I think
memories
the
are
fans
kind of
will-
nostalgic. So everybody remembers greater things than what actually took place. So you mean to tell me, I saw the documentary too.
Yeah.
And I was impressed. And I guarantee you that you're going to need some napkins or some Kleenex or something when you watch this, because then you start understanding why he was so tough and so hard on us, because nothing was ever handed to him.
Correct. He worked his butt off for everything, man, and it shows in the documentary. We got to interview 40 former players, so it's a wealth of experiences in the documentary from the players' perspective. And then we got to meet his family, some of his former players. I mean, it's just been an interesting ride, man. I've been privileged to be a part of this, man. I'm happy that we're getting ready to celebrate and acknowledge someone that's so important and special to me. And I think the fans, Cincinnati, West Virginia, will really love this documentary, man. They did a phenomenal job.
One of the things that I remember in the documentary that Huggs said his dad created or invented the first tossback.
Yeah.
by basically putting the basketball court on one end, because he used to shoot the ball and it would roll down the hill. So it'd be like, you know, he couldn't miss, or if he had to, you know, it would roll down the hill. So his dad took the court from one side, put it on the other side, and it was up against the hill. So every time he shot it, it hit the hill and rolled back to him. And I was like, that's kind of ingenious.
Yeah.
It is kind of ingenious.
My grandfather came up with that.
Your grandfather did.
Grandfather came up with that.
My grandfather was the greatest.
Yeah.
I had a hoop on the side of the house.
Yeah.
My grandmother had a store there, and there was we put a hoop up there, and it rolled downhill. You know, you had to drive up the kind of like the driveway to get in the garage. And so my grandfather said this would be a good place for you. Well, my grandfather, believe it or not, didn't know much about basketball. So he turned the rim around. So my grandfather, I'm out there shooting, and I'm like, Pappy, why you can't shoot like that? That's not really a rim that you shoot at. And he said, why? And I said, because we're trying to, shoot it through the hoop. And he said, well, this one, if you miss, it's still going to go in.
So that let you know he had a lot of attempts back in the day. Yeah, but no, it's been a good journey, man. Just reliving this and actually seeing this documentary start from the beginning to the finalization piece, man. And I'm excited about it. I think everybody will really enjoy it. We also have the producer here, the executive producer of the documentary here also. So we'll be interviewing him shortly in case you have some questions for him too, Terry.
That's awesome, man. It was a great project. I know a lot of the guys, it's much more than a coach, because back when he was starting, he was hungry. June used to cut his hair all the time. He used to have the fly suits on, and every referee hated coming to the gym because they knew that they were going to get an earful from tip to end, even if we're up 30. He demanded a certain way of us to play, and he demanded a certain way of the game to be officiated in Fifth Third Arena, knowing that we're going to play physical and we're going to be grabbing, we're going to be bumping. So he didn't want the referees to call everything that we were doing. And so how he did that is he just kept challenging every call, and finally they had to let some stuff go. And when they let stuff go, we would get physical in the traps, we would bump, we would box out aggressively. We would do all these things, and we would get a lot of calls, and some people hated it, but the people right behind the bench, because he used to turn around and talk to the people behind the bench a lot. Who was you talking to back there?
I don't know.
Anybody that would listen?
It's been a long time, Derek. It's been a long time. I mean, yeah, there were people back there, but I mean, I couldn't tell you who they were now, but there were people back there.
All right, I got a question for you, Hugs. So you've been on a sabbatical for about 1.5 years, 2 years. Obviously, you like to fish. Have you been hitting the golf clubs, or has it been fishing, or what have you been doing in your spare time now?
I was fishing whenever it was kind of fishing season.
Yeah.
But I don't know, Terry. I get calls from a lot of people to, like, will you come and watch us? Will you do this or that? You know what I mean? So I've got a lot of stuff to do because I've been in this business so long, and I've played basketball for so long. I got a lot of people who call me and just ask me, can you come up and do this, or can you come show them this? Can you do, whatever.
Practice,
so,
yeah.
Man, I'm gonna tell you how competitive he is, Terry. So he invited me fishing, right?
Yeah.
So he takes me, give me some good rods and everything, telling me this is what I need to fish with. And then he puts me on the shore, and he go out on the boat, and he's catching fish like crazy. What's wrong, Corie? Yeah, what's going on? And he's just throwing them in, and I'm not catching anything. So that lets you know he gonna do anything to win, man. He's still competitive. I didn't catch a damn thing. He caught like 9 fish and throwing them in the boat, looking over on the shore like, man, I don't know what the problem is.
The third Legends Unplugged. You sitting over
Yeah, man. So we had a good day that day.
Yeah, have a great day. But Corie, that's kind of like guys that you don't give them you just don't give them a uniform. You know what I mean? Like they show up, and we had one when I was playing. My dad was so cheap, he didn't want to buy anything. So he got one of my buddies' grandmother made like these suits for us. And my dad thought they were wonderful, which he would, because he's pretty cheap, so he wouldn't want to pay for anything. So we had those, and what they were, it's hanging up on the wall. You can't see it from where you are, but it's hanging on the wall right there. And we had to wear those as warm-ups.
made out of knit. Was that somebody knitted that?
They were knit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll send a picture of it after we get done. It's a very unique jersey.
Look like a skirt.
I'm trying to picture us playing against the team. They run out like that. What is our psyche gonna be once we get ready to play them?
That wasn't a shooting shirt.
It was a great.
Hey, it was a blouse.
It was a great deal for this reason. We ran out there and they were all standing there looking at us, pointing and laughing.
Right.
Yeah. And then about the end of the second quarter, they don't even want to play anymore.
They was down what, 20?
Oh, down 20. They were down 20, and we hadn't even taken our warm up off yet.
Right.
Man, I got a question for you. I know you've been busy, but what a quick answer. What is your opinion about the state of UC basketball right now? Have you had a chance to watch us at all?
Yeah, I think they're doing well. I think we're doing well. I think he's done a terrific job of coaching them. You know, he gets them to play hard. You know, they kind of enjoy, I think, his coaching style. It's what it appears to me anyway. And I think they've done a great job there. They got a great job. They've got really good players. They have gotten really good players.
Yeah, they got really good players. Absolutely. You think it should be? Is it right for him to have the pressure that he's feeling because they haven't made the tournament in 5 years?
I mean, that happens to everybody.
Does it?
Yeah, it happened to me. I mean, it happens to everybody.
You went 5 years without making the
I didn't go 5. Don't go there. I didn't go 5. But I mean, I went 1.
One.
And that's all he could take at that point.
No, I mean you gotta kind of see. I'm different because my dad was a coach, and my dad was the best coach in Ohio. I mean, he was the coach of the year in Ohio basketball, year in and year out. And you know, of course, you know, we would play, we'd practice, whatever. You know, everybody leave to go home, get something to eat. I'd go home. My mom would already have my food ready. And my dad said, "Come on, we're going back. We're going to fix this problem you got here." So, you know, I was in the gym till who knows how late at night, you know, with my dad trying to fix my jump shot. Or I didn't have much of a jump shot because I couldn't jump. But I can shoot that thing now.
How much of your dad's style did you have?
Huh?
How much of your dad's coaching style did you have?
Very. Some, but not much. Some, but not much. I couldn't coach guys the way my dad coached guys. Couldn't do it.
So from what I heard, his dad had a different style of language he would use that Hugs used.
Different than Hugs? Different.
Yeah, way different from what I was told.
Wow.
That's in the documentary.
I think maybe my language was different than my father's.
More persuasive.
Well,
More
it was
persuasive.
very persuasive. This was very, very persuasive.
Hey, but you know what? In all fairness, man, I remember when Coach got the job, West got the job at UC, and Coach came to town for an event. And I remember we was sitting at the table, and Hugs told him, he said, "Look, man, you're getting ready to be in this Big 12, and I know that you want to think you're getting ready to come in and be this, but this Big 12 is a gauntlet, brother. You're gonna take some L's, and it's gonna take some time for you to really get out of that rut, because every night is dog fight, and you're not going into Kansas, you're not going into West Virginia and Houston and all these things and think you're gonna knock down the door." So, you know, I didn't think it would take 5 years after hearing that speech, but that's just where we're at right now.
Well, there's really good coaches in that league.
Yeah,
really good coaches. When you
all the famous.
When you go through and look at the people in the league and the amount of time they've coached and the places that they've gone, how successful they've been in tournament play.
yeah.
It's a great league. It's not a good league. It's a great
It's
league.
the best.
Probably one of the best.
It's the best.
I was in the league for a while, but and those guys, it's like it's a dogfight. I mean, they are good.
I agree. I mean, you think of T.J. Otzelberger and Iowa State and Texas Tech coach, and you think about Bill Self,
Kansas.
and I mean, it's a bunch of Jamie Dixon. It's a bunch of really good coaches who know how to strategize and steal a game in the last 4 or 5 minutes. Like, you could be getting your butt kicked in this league, but if you can stay close, and if you got some tactic to you, if you know how to, foul the right person, make the right play, the right adjustment, get the right call here and there, you can steal a game or two, because those guys have so much experience battling in that league over and over again. I remember Hugs had a team, and man, y'all couldn't score with a $100 bill in a trap house. Man, y'all couldn't score for nothing. But y'all, Press Virginia, y'all hold teams to like 60 points and would beat a team up on rebounding and defense and occasional free throw. I was like, how did he win this game? Like, they didn't make a shot. You guys shot like a couple games I watched. It was like 38%, and you won the game by like 5 or 10. I'm like, how does you win a game doing that? Because you have to find multiple ways to win a game. Any way you can win a game, win the game.
Well, you want me to tell you how that works, Terry?
Yes.
I didn't have guys that didn't listen. If you have guys that really don't listen, it's hard to coach, man.
Yeah.
I mean, you gotta try to make them understand why we're doing what we're doing. If you don't explain to them why we're doing what we're doing, they're not going to do that. They're going to go ahead and do their own thing. And I think I think some of that comes from my dad. I think a lot of it came from me as a player. That I had a better maybe idea about how to play, how to get guys to play, how do you get guys motivated, those kind of things as a player. Because I was basically a player coach when I played. So, you understand, some guys are like, you tell them, like you, Terry, you say, hey, Terry, don't shoot. Well, you're going to shoot anyway, So you got to figure out a way how to, get them to understand, maybe I ought to pass it because maybe I'm better than that.
Yes.
Yeah, you never had a problem telling Nick not to shoot, that's for sure.
No. I didn't care if Nick shot.
Or her.
Well,
But you had this conversation with Corie. You recruited Corie, and we were running stuff for Corie. And the minute Corie caught the ball, he caught it and started backing down or dribbling the ball. And you said, damn it, Corie, stop dribbling the basketball every time you catch it. And Corie slammed the ball down. Like, man, when you recruited me, I was dribbling this damn ball.
Yeah. He changed everything up once we got here.
And he said, you dribble again, we're going to run until the end of practice. We looked at Corie like, man, just grab the ball. Just grab it. Just pass it. We're not running because he's serious.
Yeah.
Well, here's the difference between you and Corie. Corie, I mean, it was okay if he didn't shoot it. Because he kind of understood if he got close enough around the goal, and he's taller and more athletic than people, he's going to be able to jump up there and shoot it over top of them. Now, you in retrospect, you couldn't dribble, couldn't shoot, had a hard time passing.
You remember you had them shin splits at that time too, Coach.
So I'm like, when you stop begging to get in the game and just go guard somebody, and you were good at it.
Damn good at it.
Really good at it.
He bought into it.
Yeah. Back then, we practiced 3 hours, so we could dedicate a whole hour to defense, and then we were breaking down, like, the beauty that I love of the 3 hour practice, which we hated the first month. And then after a while, like right before we got to the tournament, I remember we were in the tournament in New Jersey, and you had a practice schedule, and you said, look, guys, I would love to go 2 hours, get us out of here quick, but what can we take out? And we all looked at it. We was like, man, we can't take nothing out of practice. We got to do the 3-on-0. We got to do the 5-on-0. Like, you had convinced us that we had to do this to win. And that's the beauty of it, because we had an hour's worth of defense. We would break down the press, guards trapping on one side, big guys doing closeouts at half, closing traps, busting through traps. And then we would do an hour of offense, breaking down 3-on-0, getting different options for the motion offense, how to enter the ball. I'm flashing to the high post, different things. And then we would do specials, which is at the end of practice, you would say, okay, we're down by 15 to start the second half. And then you would put one guy, you have one team, the black team and the red team, and the losing team had to run the difference. And that gave some finality to it. We was like, so me and Corie and all that, we was like, okay, let's add a little wager to it. The loser got to buy double deuces and wings to go along with the running.
Food and drinks afterwards. But it got so competitive, because JL and everybody's they refereeing and they blowing calls and we getting mad. But we was really trying to win those games down by 15 with 20 minutes to go, down by 6 with 3 minutes to go. And we would literally practice this every day. So when we get on the road, we're playing. I remember we were playing at Marquette, and we're down like 4 with like 6 minutes to go. And we get in the huddle, and we used to get little bonuses for winning on the road. And we get in the huddle, and Terrence said, "Hey man, y'all messing with my money. we gotta come back and win this damn game, man. I'm supposed to be buying me a Walkman, a Discman after this, and I need my money." And so we came out of that huddle, and we would do traps and different things that we made up on ourselves. We would do double fists. We would say, as soon as he crossed half court, we're gonna trap first pass. We're gonna, 2 trappers, 2 anticipators, 1 protector. You gave us the leeway to call our own defense, which is almost like having a bunch of Mike linebackers, middle linebackers that are calling defenses. You gave everybody the ability to say, okay, let's it's time to go after them because they talking a little trash to us right now, and then you would just flow with it.
What?
We're sitting here like, where the hell is he going, man?
I was trying to figure out. I was afraid at any time you were going to start talking about how you really should have been a shooter.
No, I kind of gave that up quick.
I just sat there on the bench, Terry, and you run around guarded, did a great job. I mean, guarded, got the other guys all keyed up and everything,
And then the minute I took a shot,
to the other players, you didn't even get them to talk back to you. And I'm sitting there, I'm saying, well, we just need to leave him in because he ain't going to score any points. I mean, this is how he can. Here's how he can win. This dude can win for us doing this.
That's coaching.
So let me ask you this. About what year did you switch your style? Because obviously when Eric was on your staff, he became your pit bull.
It's who do you have? You have to have the guys that fit. You can't just get that. I think guys make mistakes sometimes when they maybe came out of a program where they ran a certain kind of play, and they continue to try to do that play at another level, and you can't do that. You can't do that. And the other thing is you're not coaching kids anymore. You're coaching grown-ass men.
That's right.
So, my thing was I let you guys go to a point. And I think it came to the point where you guys knew when it was enough. And that was good for me. I mean, that was really good for me. I really in a way let you guys coach yourselves later in the game. Now that not in the start, but a little bit later in the game, you guys knew what was going on. And if you did, you might look over at me and say something, or we might call a timeout, or you guys, which you don't see happen very often. You guys huddled up and you all talk to each other
Yes.
about what we need to do to win this game.
Yes.
Yeah, we talk about that to this day, like the things that we see we did different than a lot of these kids and teams are doing now. But it's a different game now, so.
Do you think your style back when you coached us could work today?
We destroy them.
No, he talking about the way you coach. The way you coach now, would you be able to communicate to these
There you
kids
go,
the way
Corie.
you communicated to us?
Sure.
He said, sure. I agree. I think so, because one thing I could say, Real recognized Real, and he had that ability, even though he had his tough way with words, man, you knew the love was there. And
Right.
that's to me, I always give him credit. That's a special gift. You know, everybody got their gifts. Coach got that gift, man. He can give it to you hard. I almost look at it like I didn't understand what I was going through until I watched the movie Full Metal Jacket.
Mm.
And then I said, okay, this is what it was all about, preparing me to be a Marine. You know what I mean?
Correct.
So, and that's what it was, man. We had that open line of communication, and it worked well for us. And I think he could do that on any level, just based on who he is. So we went overseas. He coached a traveling team when we went to Spain and Malaga. He ain't changed nothing, and we won over there. So that's just who he is, man.
I think what happens sometimes is guys come in with an idea of what it's supposed to be, and they don't really know what it's supposed to be.
Right.
So what I really started doing is I made a track right outside my office, a running track, not long, but it was like running sprints, and just doing things to make them like you're playing a game and the game's not going so well. What do? You kind of look at what it is that you think can make a difference. And I kind of, that's what I started doing. I just started taking guys and you could call timeout and say, like, for instance, I could say, hey, Terry, that's not what we were doing with you. Go do what I told you to do.
Right.
Or say, Terry, come here. Go tell Corie what we're supposed to do.
Right.
You know what I'm
Yes.
saying? I mean, I really wanted them to coach as much or more than I did.
And that's the beauty of, you used to let us out the huddle fast. You would say what you're going to say, and then we'd bring it in, and then you let us out the huddle so we can gather. And then we would gather, and we'd be like, look, man, we're running this play. Herb's going to be open. If Herb's not open, I need you to flash over here so we can kick it to you. You can get the pass back to Herb this way, because it wasn't about somebody else taking a shot. It was about, if Herb ain't open on this pass, get it to the corner so we can get it this way. Like, we were always trying to find a way to make whatever we were doing work. And you gave us that ability to communicate and not take our voice away. Like, you wanted alphas because you was an alpha and you wanted to raise alphas. In order to do that, you had to let us bark a little bit. Like, there was times when I was a manager on the team and guys were about to fight, and you would sit down, grab your Diet Dr. Pepper, and you would lean up with your practice schedule up against the half-court desk table, and you was like, go ahead, fight. And they would look at each other. You say, you guys ain't gonna fight? Well, get your ass back in line over there and do what we asked you to do. Quit barking and saying all this stuff that y'all acting tough. If you gonna fight, get it out the way. And you would sit there, and I'm like, man, this dude is crazy. But it was some psychology behind that. Like, quit blowing wolf tickets and get out here and do what you're supposed to do.
You should have got some of my papers that I wrote, that would have helped your that would have helped your grade point average.
You told me this story. You told me this story when you took, I think it was philosophy. You went to class the first day. You remember that story you told me? And you said the teacher on the first day of class wrote Y on the board And he said, I need you guys to respond to this question. And everybody was getting like writing all this long page stuff. And you wrote, why not? And walked out the class like, I'm going to fail this class. And you came back the next day and you had an A on the board.
Yeah.
That's when they used to put your last 4 numbers of your Social Security and the grade next to it outside the classroom. And you had an A because you said, why not? And I said, that's the kind of stuff I'm talking about right there.
Yeah, we got
Seemed like the right thing to do at the time.
Yeah, we got the executive producer of the documentary. He just walked in, man. So I know you got some questions for him you want to ask him. So come on in, Alan Hilsinger, man. He is the executive producer of the Coach Huggins documentary. He can give you some information about it. That's why we're here in West Virginia. What's going on,
Alan.
man?
It's good to see you.
Yeah.
Yes, sir. How are
You guys, when you guys see this documentary, it is off the chain. And it's awesome. How did you, how many hours, first of all, is this total? Because I know you're trying to melt it down to something that's consumable in a certain amount of time. But how many hours did it take you to shoot all this? How many hours of film?
Any well-planned documentary takes about a year. Okay, and that's 40 interviews, coast to coast. I mean, we logged so much travel time because these things are kind of organic. What I mean is that you get an interview and all of a sudden they say, well, what about this guy? Or, hey, I heard you interviewed Corie Blount. What about interviewing me? And so it kind of starts to fall into line. And if it makes sense, you do it. If you can afford it, you do it, because these aren't cheap, as you might imagine. So it took us about a year, and that's what they call pre-production. The actual production, which is the interviews, and then post-production, which is the editing and the color grading, the music, and all that sort of stuff. And it ended up being, we had to cut a lot of great stuff, unfortunately, but it ended up being about an hour and 50 minutes as the final product. And we're very proud of it. We're very excited about it. And I think it's gonna. There's a lot of laughs and a lot of tears. How about that? Yeah. So it's really cool. It's really cool.
You guys flew out, and you got James White, you got Kenyon Martin, you got Kevin Frazier. I mean, you were all over the West Coast and all over parts of the U.S. I mean, you're everywhere, setting up this production, and some cool stories was recorded there, and in your house. I mean, we don't want to brag about your house, but it overlooks the Ohio River, and it's a great place that we shot most of the documentary there, and you had guys come there, and I'm still waiting on this steak that you promised me and Corie that, once this thing was finished, we was going to have some steak and some wine and hang out.
I said once we sell it, so they can afford it.
Hey, the other thing, I done told all my family that was my house we were shooting at. Now you done messed everything up, man.
It ended up being a great spot for us. I think we shot 8 or 9 interviews there probably, because it gave us the ability to change locations and views and backdrops and makes you look like you're in a different spot. But then again, we were, Nikki down in Dallas, and Ruben came up, and I mean, got AK and Eric Martin, Steve Sanders. I mean, I could keep going. The coaches, Bill Self and Cal and Missoula, Truck Bryant and Deshaun Butler. I mean, the list just keeps going and keeps going and keeps going. And what we did is we started basically at his birth, his childhood. And we started the story there, because this is not a Cincinnati basketball documentary. That's why we call it Beyond the Bench. It's Coach's legacy piece. So we got to tell the whole story. So it starts with his younger years and where he grew up, his grandpappy, and his playing days, and his younger coaching days, and friends and high school friends and high school teammates, and then obviously on the Walsh, and then UCF and Akron, Cincinnati, K-State, West Virginia. It's all covered.
Yeah, the thing that impressed me the most is they covered every decade of Huggins' career, as far as in these two universities, West Virginia and Cincinnati. They just did a good job of really breaking it down where you can kind of follow his style all the way to when he got to West Virginia. So they did a good job with that.
So where is this being shopped?
That's a great question for our agent. But truthfully, though, we believe that it's good enough to be 30 for 30.
When will the fans be able to see it, you think? When will the...
We're going to do a reveal, quote unquote, probably in April. Because I don't think we have enough time to plan this thing and jam it in before March Madness, because it'll probably take us a month to plan it. And my thoughts are, during March Madness, people want to go to a bar or stay home and watch basketball. And so probably sometime in April. I would love to do it today. You know, we're going to show Coach tonight, you know, the version. He hasn't seen it yet. June hasn't seen it yet, and the girls haven't seen it yet. But it'll be it's a unique business in the sense that there's a lot of different ways to skin the cat on the backside. There's licensing, there's acquisitions, there's multiple licenses, there's international, there's domestic, there's, you know, sports oriented, there is drama oriented. I mean, there's a lot of different ways. So it's a very long answer to your short question, but that's where we're at.
I got a question for you, like, because you got a chance to interview all these unique personalities under the Huggins pedigree. Which interviews, like, do you just know that kind of stood out besides mine? Like, who else?
Well, look, there has not been a bad one. I mean, not even close. You know, Kenyon's sticks out. We shot that at his house out in LA.
That was a good one.
That one sticks out, of course, Coach. I thought Bill Self was really, really good. Yeah. I thought Cal was really, really good. Player-wise, you'll see the Ruben one. That's the Kleenex box interview.
Yeah.
Geez, everybody was. Nikki was really good. You know, both of you guys were really good.
Which Mickey?
Nick.
Oh.
Yeah, Nick was good. We went to Dallas to get Nick.
Yeah.
And ate some Hutchins barbecue. There's a little plug for Hutchins barbecue.
Yeah.
But gosh, that's a great question. It's just it's hard to minimize it.
Yeah.
Because they've all been great.
You know what? You ever thought about turning it into a 10-part and releasing it on YouTube?
We have a few different ideas around that sort of thing because we do have so much great stuff we weren't able to use because you got to compress it so much to get it to an ESPN or Netflix or whatever. So we have a ton of footage. We own the footage, most of it in the form of interviews. And there's a couple of different thoughts. One, why not create a Cincinnati basketball Bob Huggins era doc? I don't even think we'd have to interview anybody else. We would throw in like the Eric Hicks and the Max Eels and those guys and Bob and them guys. But yeah, we're kicking around a few different things. I think that, you know, first steps first, let's get this, let Coach and June and everybody see it. And then we'll start pushing it for some sort of premiere. And then if there's some avenues that we can go on that, great. And we'll just see where it ends up.
This is supposed to be at the end of somebody's legacy. Hugs, do you have any aspirations to continue coaching?
I'm not sure.
That's honest.
I know enough guys, have relationship with a lot of guys that I can kind of go where I want to go and spend time with them. Watch their practices. I mean, generally, you know, the first thing they'll say is, hey, what did you think about this? Or what did you think about that? Which is that, I mean, that's hard because I don't know that they're doing what I'm doing, you know, and I think I think guys, coaches that, you know, are kind of coming up or, you know, they really don't have a real grip on it yet. I think they make a terrible mistake by going in and following a guy and just doing what he does. because then they don't get their own deal in it.
Your own personality and coaching, yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't have a problem with that, did I, Terry?
Not at all. You were making stuff up along the way, so that was the beauty of it.
Well,
Like we were, like Corie and I,
Well, that's
Corie and
true.
Eric, we were such a bad free throw shooting team for the most part that we started coming up with rebounding drills at the free throw line. Like I would tug the inside pants leg, meaning I'm going to go first, and so I would dash across the free throw line. What?
I thought that was you tug something. I thought they knew whenever you were going to shoot it wasn't going in.
Hey, but you know what, Terry? Speaking of that, this is something that just made me think about to show you how unique Coach was. Our out of bounds, when a ball was going out of bounds. When you think of the pure genius of that philosophy that we had as a team, that everybody knew whenever a ball was going out of bounds, Coach had us throw it to the corner.
Yeah, save it on the corner.
Everybody on our team knew if a guy was diving out of bounds, he was throwing it to the corner of the rim. To the corner of the court. And what it did was it gave our team an opportunity to get it, but if we didn't get it, it was going back out of bounds. It wasn't an opportunity for the other team to get it. I haven't seen no other team do that since we did that.
That was extra 3-4 possessions.
Yeah, no question.
Bounce that ball high as you can and yell corner. And everybody get there and start boxing out and jumping. I remember Kurt jumped so high one time in '93. We got there and we boxed out and he jumped up. I think it was North Carolina. He jumped up, man. His butt was all in my face. I'm like, bro, get out the way. He grabbed that thing at the height and came back down and we scored on it. And I said, that is genius.
Yeah.
It is very genius. All right, we got to wrap this up. I know you guys got this film to watch, and make sure that as you are showing that, Alan, we should have a camera on Hugs.
I've been informed as such by our editors and directors. So yes,
I would love to see it because it's the story it's well told. You did a great job, you and your staff, your whole crew.
Thank you.
Did a great job of putting this together. I thought the interviews were spectacular. The lighting, the production, the quality is next to none. When you say ESPN 30 for 30, that's sort of the major platform where all these documentaries come out there. But now there's sports almost on 10 different networks that would love to have this. If it's not an ESPN 30 for 30, whatever it is, it's quality. It's top of the line. You guys are going to love it. So Hugs, as you take a look at it, know that this legacy piece is not ending right there. There's more stories to build. I hope you do get back into coaching because as Corie and I are witnesses that you have a big piece of our development, like you play a major role in our lives. I think there's more children out there, more young men now than ever, now that they got money and they have a sense of independence and they're helping raise families and all this stuff and help their mom and dad. Now that they got that stuff taken care of, they need to get their ass chewed out a little bit. They need to be humbled a little bit. They need to be told, this is what you do, and if you're not doing this, I got a place for you. Yeah. That they need you. Since college basketball needs Bob Huggins. And you guys are going to enjoy this documentary. We got to go. This is Legends Unplugged. I am your host, Terry Nelson. That's Corie Blount, Bob Huggins, Alan Hilsinger. Ladies and gentlemen, Legends Unplugged, and we out.